Chicago Bears head coach Ben Johnson came out and said that he not only wants to win a Super Bowl, but he wants to have an historic offense. How we gonna react to that? And it's Ben Johnson being delusional. Then we also got to talk about Tua Tagovailoa and Deshaun Watson being named as starters as their respective teams get started for preseason. We got football tonight, y'all. And then me and Steve are going to discuss some players that we're eager to watch tonight. And then it probably be a little bit more. But before we talk about it and break it all down, you already know you gotta hear the music first.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, football fans? Welcome back into another episode of NFL Central, your number one spot for everything NFL. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by Steve-O. So if you're tuned in, go ahead and support the channel the easiest way possible by simply hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. We very, very close to 1K. That's the goal. So don't freeload us. Go ahead and support the channel. Steve-O, what's the word?
What's good, bro?
Man, we got football tonight, brother. I don't care if it's preseason. I was excited for the Hall of Fame game. Maybe that's just me. Oh no, but yeah, hey, it's a good time. We know that Scully season is around the corner. Hoodie season is around the corner. Well, that's for us that live in colder climates, but y'all get the point. It's around the corner. But hey, Steve-O, let's kick this thing off talking about Ben Johnson coming out in an article that was published yesterday by The Athletic. And he had a lot of things to say. One of the things that he said is that you got 31 other teams coming to training camp saying our goal is to win the Super Bowl. Ben Johnson says, I want more than that. I want to have the highest scoring offense ever, which happens to be the 2013 Denver Broncos. I know how many points per game they scored, and I want to surpass them. I want shutouts. I want blowouts. End quote. Steve-O, first, what's your reaction to the Chicago Bears head coach, Ben Johnson, saying something like that?
I'm not shocked. And anybody that want to act like he's shocked, you just ain't been paying attention to Ben Johnson as a person, because that's just the type of person that he is. They don't call him AI. They don't call him they don't call him all the names that they call him for no reason. And quite frankly, also, it should go back to who was his former head coach as well, because Dan Campbell was the same fucking way. They want pure dominance. And as a head coach, that's how I want my head coach is talking, whether it's delusional or not. At the end of the day, in the words of Coach T, you got to be delusional to be a coach. Why? Because you got to go out there and in front of 20,000 people and sit here and say, this play going to work because I said it's going to work. That's a delusional mindset when you really think about it. Like, yeah, this play gonna work because I put it this way, and I put my player in this position, this, that, and the third, and then I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna tell this story because I'm gonna hit their ass with something in the third quarter if they let me do this. That's a delusional mindset. You got to be a little bit delusional if you want to get the results that he wants. And to this point, being delusional has got him what he resulted. One of the most potent offense we ever seen in football history with the Detroit Lions, almost averaging 30 plus a game. That's not a normal feat, even still to this high scoring game that it is today. That's still not a normal feat. So the fact that he was able to turn Detroit into a high offense team that nobody seen coming is evident of something that he's already been saying that he wants this team to turn into. And towards the end of the season, that's all we was doing was shootouts. But now he changed it to something. I want us to put up those same exact numbers, but I want them to shut their ass out too and not get into shootouts and play defense upon that. And to be honest, that's how you want your coach. Well, that's how you should want your coach to be thinking.
For sure, man. My initial reaction to Ben Johnson's comments about the historic offense, I'm like, what else more do you want? Do you want this head coach to come out here and tote the line of being modest and being humble? No. You have to stand in front of a group of 53 men when the regular season starts and 90 men during training camp. You want to go out there and pussyfoot and be a little soft? That's how you get ran out of your own organization, quote unquote. So I respect Ben Johnson for coming out and pretty much saying, look, I know that the goal is to win a Super Bowl, but I want to be known and have the Chicago Bears in an area to where we are viewed as in historic feat for the season. When you go back and you talk about the Legion of Boom, not only do we talk about the Super Bowl, we talk about how dominant they were. When you talk about the missed opportunity from the New England Patriots with that undefeated season, you give credit to the Giants for saying you broke up something that could have been historic. So that puts extra cake on top of that championship that the Giants won. So when Ben Johnson comes out and says things like this, like, I don't know what people want him to do, bro. You want him to be soft and just not
because he already know he hunted.
Delusional, bro. Like, that makes no sense. Any great competitor, they're gonna be delusional in some way, somehow, whether they reach that mark or not. At least they set the goal out to do it and didn't humble themselves and let others get in front of what their plans was. But Steve-O, it's a lot of Ben Johnson is receiving a lot of pushback from national talking heads at this particular moment, calling him arrogant, saying that he shouldn't be saying things like this because X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. How you feel about the pushback that Ben Johnson is receiving for comments like this?
Ain't nothing new. That's just human nature. That's just the world we live in. This world don't like confidence. And they mistake confidence a lot of time for arrogance. And I don't care what they think. Because quite frankly, when it's their favorite team and it's their favorite coaches, their favorite plan saying it, they find no problem with it. But it's when somebody else says it, come on, man, you got to be a little bit more class. You got to be a little bit more humble. Fuck all that. My thing with Ben Johnson is like, he showed y'all who he was. He showed y'all who he was at Detroit, but he really showed y'all who he was with his first year with Chicago. So what you thought he was going to retreat and be something different? He's an aggressive, fiery, competitive guy. That's the result you get when you get a competitive, fiery, competitive guy. I don't see you all out here calling Tom Brady those names because he was the same way. I don't see you out here calling Bill Belichick those type of names because they was the same way. I don't see you like I said, whenever it's your Mike Vrabel don't get chastised for the way he think, and he think the same way. Sean McVay thinks the same way. They just pick and choose based on who they like, on if it's classy, arrogant, or not. It's basically pick and choosing. But at the end of the day, that's just the world. The world don't like confidence, even though they claim they do.
Couldn't have said it better, bro. But I think that anybody that has a problem with Ben Johnson wanting to be great in his role, I think you're delusional. I think you're the one that's actually delusional because, to your point, Steve-O, what's wrong with being so confident that you can accomplish anything? Why does someone else have the elk or deserve something, but I don't deserve whatever that goal is? I have the right to be delusional about who I am and the goals that I set out for my football team. If we're looking at the Chicago Bears, bro, everybody views Mike Ditka as probably being the best coach in Bears history. The last time he coached in Chicago was 92. So it's 2026 now. Why can't Ben Johnson set a goal out to be the greatest coach and have his quarterback, Caleb Williams, be the greatest quarterback in Bears history? We know quarterbacks come to Chicago to die. Like, it's crazy work. So why not set those expectations for yourself and hate on another man and call him arrogant? Hey, Steve-O, last point. There's an artist out there by the name of Will Packer, wrote an excellent book called Healthy Arrogance. And pretty much the premise of that book was, why can I be so arrogant to believe that you deserve everything, but I don't? I have a healthy arrogance about myself. I give kudos to Ben Johnson for this, bro. Be arrogant. If you accomplish it, you accomplish it. If you don't, you don't. But at the end of the day, at least you can say you set out the goals and put in the work to at least try.
It's only arrogant when you don't accomplish it. Because as soon as you accomplish something, it's confidence.
For real. The funniest part, they was like, yeah, Bill Belichick ain't say this. Bill Belichick ain't say shit to y'all.
I'm just saying, Bill Belichick kept that shit to a 5-sentence maximum.
Oh, the real Ben Belichick could come up there and grunt in one-word answers.
That motherfucker, you know how many times his answers were,
We on to next week. You know how many
You know, the
times he
next
said
week
that?
we're focused on next week, next game.
On the real, like what? He gave y'all nothing, but that doesn't mean he wasn't in the meetings with his players and everything talking crazy because he knew how great he was.
And then that also shows you like either the type of coaches you had in your life or you didn't never play with no sports. Cause
For the
you're
real.
going to run across a coach that's like, bro, I don't give a damn what they talking about. I don't give a damn if we 0-5. Y'all better go play this game like these motherfuckers can't touch y'all.
Facts.
But
Or
like I said, once you say it on the mic, everything changes.
facts, because like I'm pretty sure anybody that has played a sport, whether it's basketball or football, you go into halftime, you down double digits or multiple scores in that football game. You know that coach coming in, first thing you say, all right, they got the first half, but we about to stump them in the second half. I'm pretty sure everybody has had a coach
Heard
like that
at least once.
at least once. And if you have not, your parents should have put you in a different program.
You ain't played enough ball, or you just had some bitch ass coaches in your lifetime.
For sure. But hey, man, shout out to Ben Johnson and Chicago Bears. We about to see what they do this upcoming season, bro. But hey,
be a test for sure.
For sure. Steve-O, we got some preseason games getting started later today. And we've been talking a lot about these QB battles over the offseason. Tua Tagovailoa versus Michael Penix Jr. and Deshaun Watson versus Shedeur Sanders. Steve-O, me and you did talk about Michael Penix. He did receive his follow-up appointment finally, but still not clear to return. So Tua has been named the starter for the Falcons, and Deshaun Watson in his battle with Shedeur has been named the starter for the week 1 slate of games. How you feeling about Tua and Deshaun Watson as starters tonight? Well, this weekend.
Well, Tua makes sense because once we found out that this motherfucker ain't healthy yet, we already knew what it was. So it's best you got to put the healthy, more technically more experienced quarterback out there, and he fits the system a little bit more in the system that he's gonna be with Kevin Stefanski now. So I think that's the best case scenario. And what was the other one? I just
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. I think this is the final test. This is the SAT for both of their ass, because if one outplays the other, I think that's your decision. So I'm not mad at that decision. I'm just hoping he don't bring this bullshit into the regular season, because we've seen that happen before.
For sure. I agree with you on a Tua standpoint. When it comes to Tua and the Atlanta Falcons and him, receiving some reps in this preseason, you just want to see how well he's going to work with the operation. But obviously, Michael Penix does not have a say in this QB battle, at least right now, because he's not going to be able to play at least this week during preseason. So my anticipation is that Tua is going to start the regular season for the Atlanta Falcons. I could be wrong, but we shall see. When it comes to the Deshaun, when the Deshaun Watson versus Shedeur QB battle, I think it's closer than what people want to believe. I know that there's going to be some clips and some moments to where people feel like
do you think it's close? Before I let you go, do you think it's closer because of just exactly what is based on the decision, or do you think it's close based on the reps?
I think the Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders QB battle is closer based off the reps. Like Cleveland, they posting the stats in preseason, and they letting us know, hey, Deshaun Watson, he throwing a lot of interceptions. Shedeur Sanders is showing a little bit more efficiency, but he's struggling a little bit to get the ball out on time. And head coach Todd Monken wants him to anticipate at a better rate. So I think that, and I gotta ask the question, Steve-O. If this battle was over, shouldn't have Todd Monken pull a Kevin O'Connell and say, hey, it's over from here. We're going with Deshaun. If it's not as close as I think it is.
I mean, in any other scenario, because Deshaun is getting paid so much money, they have to stretch every piece to make sure he ain't it. And I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to make sure if there's any inkling of Deshaun Watson of Houston, we trying to see if we can get it out. If we can't get it out, it is what it is. We tried. I think that's at least what they're trying to do as of right now. If it was anybody else and it was that close, they'll probably just go with the young quarterback, especially going into the second year.
For sure. And it's going to be interesting to see how Todd Monken navigates this QB battle in Cleveland, because like it's only gonna be so many reps that's in this game before they call in the next quarterback to run the rest of the operation throughout the game. And it's definitely gonna be something we're gonna be watching close eye on. Me personally, I have Deshaun Watson in the league based off what you said when it comes to the money. But I do think that the battle is closer than what we think. But I think that this organization is going to try to justify their decisions because they haven't gotten pretty much nothing out of Deshaun Watson during his time in Cleveland. So they're going to try to squeeze the hell out of this lemon and try to get whatever to try to make lemonade, bro. That's what they're going to try to do.
Hey, that lemon white as dry as hell right now. I'll tell you that right now, though.
I'm telling you. Hey, Steve-O, off topic. Did you see Jameis? That man is a character, bro. He said the New York Giants offense, it's like a pot of gumbo. He said he got new old school coaches, new school coaches, and we all bringing our minds together to make a good gumbo. You seen that, bro?
I mean, technically, I did see that. He ain't lying. I mean, and not only from his aspect, the coaching aspect, but also from the talent aspect. It's a completely different offense, especially bringing in some old people, older veteran leadership like Odell. You still got your Cams and your Dart. You got Malik coming back, but you also brought in Isaiah Likely, who's kind of in that middle ground, that's young and got some experience. So yeah, and we ain't even got to bring up the defense. The defense is experienced as hell. So yeah, I think that's an interesting way to put it, but he's spot on. You got your bell peppers, you got your roux. You got your goddamn your rice, you got your bean, whatever you want. You might gumbo that's with the seafood, right?
You can either put seafood in there, yep.
Okay, so you got your chicken, your gumbo, your lobster tail, your sausage, all that shit.
On the real, boy, good bowl of gumbo.
We just don't know what color the roux is. That's how I tell you that. We don't know if it's dark or light skin.
Yo, the real what? Because you can definitely get that roux to be a little chocolate color ish. You know what I'm saying? You can have it on the lighter brown side for sure, depending on how you do that roux. For sure. Hey, we getting closer to that season. It's almost gumbo season, Steve-O. Tell you.
Hey, surprisingly, I'm not the biggest gumbo fan.
Well, my wife, she make gumbo, but she don't eat seafood, so she just do chicken and andouille sausage. Yeah. Fire.
Hey, that hit.
You be hitting, bro. I can't wait, bro. But hey, Steve-O, we got a couple matchups coming up here tonight to start off week 1 of the preseason. The game slated today is going to include Detroit versus the Bengals, Green Bay versus the Steelers, the Colts versus the Patriots, Arizona versus the Las Vegas Raiders, the Chargers versus the Texans, and Tennessee at San Francisco. Is there any players that you're going to be anxious to watch from any of these games tonight?
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza. We already got I forget who said it, but I don't know if it was Adam or somebody else, but they already said he's going to get extensive playing time today. And he should, especially with him being the second string quarterback, that this is your time to show what you got because you're not starting this season as of right now. So him and Carson Beck, it's going to be the battle. It's going to be a nice little duel. I'm not going to lie. So and if Cam gets some burn, Cam Ward gets some burn tonight, maybe Cam Ward, but I doubt if he gets some burn game 1.
They say he's gonna get a little bit, but Robert Saleh came out and said he will receive reps, and it may extend past just one series. So we'll see what happens with that.
With that, yeah, him. Those 3 is probably the main ones I'm eager to see tonight,
bro. Back to your point about the Arizona Cardinals versus the Raiders. Wasn't that just the national championship? Indiana versus Miami. Carson Beck, right?
Yeah.
Hey, now we on the NFL level with it. Interested. So I'm interested to watch it too because
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, bro, because Carson Beck had himself a really good Hall of Fame game. I was like, he died. he almost got somebody. He almost got somebody head knocked off. I'm happy.
Yeah, he definitely threw a hospital ball, but he walked up out the hospital for sure.
Oh, the real. They was that we finna take you in. He said, "Nah, let me go ahead and shake this off one time." But I got 2 players. Well, 2 players, and then something I want to see from the Chargers. The first player is Carnell Tate with the Tennessee Titans wide receiver. It's because apparently
my boy.
He been lighting it up throughout all the training camp. And then with the San Francisco 49ers, they do got a lot of injuries over there. But apparently Deshaun Stribling out of Ole Miss, wide receiver, he been cooking over there too. And my last one, Steve-O, it's not a player I'm watching. I want to see some of the new wrinkles that this Chargers offense is gonna display. Obviously, they're not giving you everything, but I think Mike McDaniels is gonna try to work on some things in that run game and that pass game that's gonna be interesting to see.
I agree with that. Definitely excited to see Cardell take. He's a hometown boy, so definitely eager. He been having some crazy. I was watching they tape this morning. He got some crazy catches in camp. So yeah, I can't wait to see what he do tonight for sure.
For sure, man. Definitely gonna be a lot of good NFL action on later today, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun to catch up on some of these games. And we're gonna see what happens. Who gonna shine? I'm definitely intrigued by the Arizona Raiders game now. Now that I think about it.
Definitely, yeah, for sure.
But hey, man, you got anything left?
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Just about. Oh yeah, one more thing, bro. How you feeling about this Jayden Daniels thing with the cease and desist going to LSU, bro?
I mean, he has every right to do it. I just don't understand. I don't understand the origins of. I don't like. For one, I'm not an LSU big fan, so I don't recall them using his name, image, and likeness as much as they do, unless they're using it around campus. But I'm like, why the fuck when you want your face around somewhere you played? But then you get to the point where I heard somebody say he feel disrespectful because somebody else got number 5, and I'm like, bro, you was there for 6 months. Like you was there for 6 months. Yeah, you had a pretty good season, or you had a great individual season, but as a team, y'all didn't win a championship. Like you didn't go undefeated. So it's like that's reserved for people that done either. Retired numbers is done for people that win or put up records. You didn't do neither because you didn't have enough time there. So I don't know if this is just getting in his head because he just got his shit retired in high school. But nigga, you had 4 years to do hella damage, and there's probably never going to be another quarterback to come through your high school do what you did. So that makes sense. Let alone they named your old field is named after you too. Like I don't know if you just getting in your head with that situation, but yeah, I don't know. Like to me, it's not as deep as LSU fans making it. Like I would just leave it at like for example, like I look at him, and it's not quite the same thing because Bo Nix did have 2 years at Oregon, but it's the same thing with like Bo. Like if you say you fuck with Justin Moore, Bo, Justin there was there since a freshman,
right?
Like he put the time and the work in. He didn't come out of start. He worked his way up to being what he was, and he has the numbers to show for it. Yeah, Bo did his thing, but you spent 3+ years at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's my whole thing about it. Like if he's really feeling some type of way about it, whatever.
I'm with you on that, bro. If Jayden Daniels feel disrespected about LSU, I think he tripping because to your point, Steve-O, you ain't do nothing historic there. Joe Burrow, the one that just did something historic. And then in comparison, though Joe Burrow bounced around before he came to LSU, the season that he had was an undefeated championship winning historic season to where people are placing him in conversations as one of the greatest teams in college football. Jayden Daniels, I'm sorry, you ain't do that. So, Steve-O, it is whatever. I get it. You want to get paid off your name, image, and likeness, and you probably look ticked off somebody win your number. But, bro, you won your Heisman. We ain't taking that away from you. But let's be real about this. Feeling disrespected, that's a strong word to use for this type of situation.
Oh, my mama, because LSU's could simply just say, bro, you came here to get drafted because you wasn't getting drafted where you was at Arizona State.
Facts.
So, yeah, it is what it is.
But, hey, man, that is it from us today, y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode. We are 25 subs away from 1K, our goal that we set ahead of the season. Help us get there by simply hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel and share this with somebody that may like it. But, hey, we appreciate y'all. Make sure you always love football. And y'all already know we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace.
This has been a presentation